I gotta talk a bit quiet because my neighbors are asleep. But if you want to see some really dumb shit or accurate stuff, check out today. So we've got in the top. So let's start in the bottom. We get 5-minute liquidity off London, and we get the New York AM test, so pre-New York. And then from that, from its liquidity in here, 1 hour, wherever the F it is, we get another test at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Brisbane time. And then obviously you get a bullish divergence as well. Well, because of the close at least. That's how I would assess it. Then obviously you're like, well, where is it going to go from there? It would sweep this liquidity in here. I can't remember how I set it up. It's something like this, and I set it for here. So it was all like levels in here that I was wanting it to sweep. Anyway, I finally got there, and then it put in this on Asia at 11 o'clock. So high volume in the top, waiting for that, and then it rolls back down to the 30-minute support level. Bear in mind, this is untested liquidity in here. So we come down to, do I have 30-minute? So this 30-minute support level. So the wick's been put in, it gets a finished auction. I'll bring that down. So it gets a finished auction in here on Binance, and then it has rotation back up. And then it gets this in here as well with a finished auction, P-shaped profile on the top. I don't know whether... it was the same with... it was the same with Bybit. Anyway, hang on, I gotta go get my cat. Just give me a second. Anyway, finished auction in the top as well. And that was the test of that liquidity in the top here. Not only that, so this 30-minute liquidity got tested at 50%. So it indicated rotation up, which is what happened. So, and then obviously you have that untested liquidity in the top on 30, and I'm pretty sure 1 hour as well. And then you get the test there, and the test was high volume. And then you get rotation back down again. I was out of the house by then. So you get rotation again, you get the 50% rule, rotation back down. So this was a bit weird here. So it was holding on 50% of the liquidity, went back up, strong demand, you get the bullish divergence as well. But then typical manipulation into the bottom with high volume. So that would be the buy, and then you got 30-minute liquidity in there as well. What do we have? So you get this 30-minute candle, you get the 50% test. I don't think you can do it on 1 hour. No, you can't. 15-minute, no. So I wouldn't even bother about that. But 15 minutes, interesting. Closes higher. Well, don't even worry about that support then. But closes are higher than the 50%. 10-minute, 10 minutes down. But anyway, you get the 5-minute high volume, and then expecting a rotation. We'll have a look at XO as well at that point, and we'll see what we got. Nothing crazy in the bottom here, just liquidations. What else? We got on Binance. I suspect we'll have some more interesting things. Yeah, we got finished auctions. So that's the tell. A lot of liquidations, a lot of negative delta as well, and then high volume too. So you would suspect rotation back up. Same with finished auctions here. All these closes are in a line, so there is some support there. And then high, where are we? High volume. But yeah. And then, strangely enough, it goes through that liquidity in the top and then tests an FEG, 30-minute FEG to be precise. Maybe that's on the 1 hour as well, potentially. No, it's the bulk of the 1 hour anyway. If I took that up here to the 1 hour, would it go 50? No, it wouldn't. So 30-minute. So I've noticed recently 30-minute seems to be applicable in a lot of situations, and I've only been using it today. So something to keep in mind as well. Anyway, I hope you guys had some decent trades. And yeah, it's 50% rule does work. Just in here. So we'll go to the 1 hour. And I'm pretty sure I set it to, it'll be that one. There we go. So you get the 50. So you get the 50% rule for the closes. So, and then I wanted to blow through liquidity there. But that's all right. But that was one 5-minute candle that had punched straight through everything. So interesting nonetheless. And then you get the bearish divergence on that as well. So strong bearish divergence for rotation. Damn thing. Anyway. All right, well, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to get into bed. But there are a lot of compounding factors. So it lays up to give you a good read on the market, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Obviously, it's not foolproof, but I mean, even in here with this 5-minute liquidity, you get 50% rule. I mean, I can't even believe that bullshit. Can you believe that shit? You get 50% in there as well. Like, you can't make this shit up. How wild is that? Anyway, I'll leave that with you guys, but I hope you had a good day, and yeah, keep stacking those trades. But yeah, all right, I'm getting into bed. All right, night.